Hello everyone, Cannon Lowy here, this time with World of Tanks, because they're having a special event for the FIFA 2018 soccer event, and they even changed the garage. I mean, look at that, there's an E100 toppling someone over, or vice versa there. A T62A running to get the ball. They even have the soccer ball as slow motion there. An AMX 13105, as we see that I have selected here. And I actually just recently got the AMX 13105, a matter of fact, and it's kind of a mixed bag whether or not I really enjoy it or not. But back to the soccer event. So you can play as 3 different tanks this time instead of just playing the T62A Sport the entire time. And you have 3 different roles: the defender, which is apparently the goalie, the midfielder, and the striker, which is the forward. Also, for anyone watching in Europe, yes, in America we call football soccer and football something else. So yes, what are these different tanks like? Well, they're given a firepower rating of ridiculous numbers, and usually for any of these parameters, the highest that you can get to is 1,000. Well, on these vehicles, you have in the tens of thousands. So, survivability, you're given 10,000 hit points for pretty much all of these vehicles, and 999 armor everywhere. So you are pretty much invincible, even for the light tank here. Kinda wish that was in game. Maybe that would stop people from complaining about the Object 268 version 4 and complain about something else. Anyway, so for the striker, let's look at the mobility. It has the same engine and pretty much the same weight as the actual 13105. I think it might be a tiny bit heavier for some reason. Yeah, it's a tiny bit heavier, so it has a 32 horsepower per ton, which is okay. It's pretty good. It is given a top speed of 100 and a reverse speed of 72 with a traverse speed of 70. So they finally give the light tanks the mobility they need to do whatever they need to do, yet it's only in the sport version. Because honestly, I kind of feel like all of the tier 10 light tanks, they just simply do not have the top speed to make very good use of their power to weight ratio. So if they did make the Rheinmetall Panzerkampfwagen 100 kilometers per hour, it would probably be finally a good, decent enough tank instead of 75 or whatever. And the reverse speed of 72, pretty much no tank in the game has higher than 25, unless it's a special vehicle like the Swedish tank destroyers, and a few British vehicles go faster backwards. So finally, like I said, a light tank that actually has the mobility it needs. And I really don't understand why the tier 10 light tanks don't have better reverse speeds than they do, but let's not worry about that. The traverse speed of 70 is also really good. Concealment, as far as I know, doesn't really make any difference. And you have 400 meter view range, which is ironically better than the actual 13105 that has 390 meters. So it kind of makes it feel like my actual 13105 is a pile of junk, which in some cases it can be. Let's go to firepower. So as far as I know, all of these vehicles only fire high explosive, so their penetration is obviously non-existent for the most part. And for some reason, the 13105 has a 21 rounds per minute rate of fire with 480 damage. Honestly, I don't even know why they give them damage numbers if you can't even penetrate each other. Because how would damage affect how far the soccer ball goes. I don't know. I mean, they could have given it like damage per shot 0 and it would probably still work, or 100 or something. So you're given 6 degrees of gun depression, 13 degrees of gun elevation, 80 traverse speed. But here's the big thing. You get 12-second reload for 6 shells and 1 second per intra-clip reload. And also you're given probably the best stats for accuracy and aiming time in the game. And they give it a damage per minute of 10,000. Now, I honestly really wish that my 13105 had that, but yeah, people would complain about that all. Well, I mean, yeah, that would be ridiculously overpowered. So that is why the firepower rating is 20,000. So the striker is supposed to be the maneuverable one, and 32 power to weight ratio is okay, but ironically it is actually the weakest power to weight ratio out of all of these, because the T62A Sport has a 1500 horsepower engine, giving it a power to weight ratio of 40. And what I really find to be odd is that they give the E100 Sport a high enough engine that it pretty much has the same power to weight ratio as the T62A Sport. So even though the striker is supposed to be the great acceleration, good speed, and astonishingly high rate of fire tank, it has the lowest power to weight ratio out of all 3 of these. So I don't really know what they were going for there. So firepower rating for the E100, you get the 15 centimeter, and it fires every 7 seconds. And the damage and penetration doesn't really matter. It has a traverse speed of 72. Now, I'm honestly really interested to find out how ridiculous this thing feels compared to the normal E100. And you have the exact same 0.6 accuracy, 0.6 second aiming time, and 0.01 meter dispersion. So basically, you have pinpoint accuracy and you're almost always aimed in, and a damage per minute of 9,000. Survivability wise, 999 for everything, 10,500 hit points. And I'm not exactly sure why they even give them hit points if you can't take damage. I mean, maybe you can take damage, I don't know. Mobility, you have 40 power to weight ratio, but you have a 35 top speed limit / 40 reverse speed, and 22 traverse speed, and that's kind of why he's the goalie, because he's really slow, or at least he can't. He doesn't have a very good top speed, concealment non-existent, and 400 meter view range. So the T62A, the midfielder, has a 4.5 second reload time of 13 rounds per minute, so definitely a lot less than the autoloader. You even do less damage than the autoloader, ironically, and yeah, pretty much the same. It has the lowest DPM, which is really hilarious, considering T62As are known for their DPM. Same survivability, pretty much. Have a 40 power to weight ratio, but you have the same speed going forward and backwards of 60 plus. That is going to be really interesting to deal with, because I mean, I know the 13105 goes faster, but it turns faster, I guess. It's just really interesting. 400 meter V range, and yeah. So let's take a look at the striker, I guess. Do I need to switch? So I guess you have one striker, one midfielder, and one defender each game? That's kind of what I figured. I wasn't sure if they were going to have... 5 players or 3. So you're giving 999 ammunition, so you shouldn't ever run out. Yeah, I don't know why they're just given different HP numbers. Pretty good music though, and pretty good atmosphere. So I'm guessing just the damage affects how often you can track people. That lack of gun depression does feel pretty bad though. Reloaded just in time. Oh! What is this? What is this? Instant reloading of 2 rounds of the end. Huh. So you have different consumables per character too? Per vehicle? Oh, you can flip over tanks. I did not know that. Oh, I wish I had this reverse speed on my 13105, I gotta say. Feels so good. Yeah, get it over there. And that 100km top speed, I actually feel fast. And your tracks actually repair pretty quickly too. Sometimes, even in this game mode, that I think the last time they made it so the fixing your tracks took longer than that. Okay, now that it's out of there, I can get it out of our goal. Yeah, honestly, I really wish that the tier 10 light tanks had a top speed like this, or the mobility, because from the two that I have, the WZ-132-1 and the... Oh, come on! From the two I have, the 13105 and the WZ-132-1, they have pretty good acceleration going forwards, but their traverse speed isn't as good as I would like, and they obviously don't really have the view range that they should have either, since they nerfed that like as soon as they came out. Oh, just barely missed. Though I think if you actually did have this top speed for a light tank, you would probably flip your tank over a lot more than you would like. Oh, I think you can pretty much track them. So maybe the goalie has, since he has the bigger gun, it pushes the ball further? Maybe? And I think it automatically flips you over too. Well, from the look of it, it might. Come on, goalie, hit it back. I'm not fast enough. I need more speed. They probably should have given the striker like a 50 power to weight ratio, just because. That would have been awesome. Though tracking people doesn't really have... It doesn't really help you as much as you would think. Yeah, if only you could track how much damage you block in this game mode. Oh, where is it going? Yeah, its acceleration, even though that it is pretty good, considering your top speed is 100, I kind of wish that it was just a little bit better than it is. Make the shot. Oh. Kind of getting stuck on the wall there. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, the shell velocity isn't as good as I would think either. Battle ends. Oh, I overshot it. Ugh. Well, if anything, I think we'll win this one. No. Well, that was certainly interesting. It kind of reminds me of the game Rocket League that I had a lot of fun with. With MC Player, I've played Rocket League with him, and that was pretty good. So basically, in this game mode, you get 500 experience, which I'm guessing you can convert, and that's pretty much about it. Also, you get 5,000 credits. So if you don't have very profitable vehicles and you want to make at least a little bit of credits, you can do that. But the really big thing that you can earn from this game mode is the Italian legend Buffon, who apparently gets, from what I've heard, 6 cents and Brothers in Arms for free, or at least 6 cents for sure. So, and you can have him, you can actually apply him to any nation that you want. So, and you get these tokens or badges, objectives, for doing the different missions. And there's a mission, well, let's look at them. For the AMX. Okay. Score 1 goal, win 3 times, win 5 times, win 5 times, yeah. So basically it's all about playing it a lot, I guess. And then you'll probably get him pretty easily, I would say. Of course, this is my first time actually playing it, so I really have no idea how difficult they are, but let's play one battle in the E100 before I stop here. I think it's mainly because, well, I'm probably not gonna do the T62A Sport because the last few times that they did do a football related thing, Strong pushes the ball and destroys enemy tracks. That's good. Because the T62A Sport was used the last few times, and it's kind of the middle between the two, so you can probably guess what it is like playing him. And honestly, if I did a game for all of these, this video would be longer than I would probably like. Look at this E100 instant acceleration right there. Wow, it actually does have a long splash, pretty large splash radius on this gun. Get it out of the goal as best I can, or out of our side. Even though this thing, seeing an E100 with this good of acceleration is pretty hilarious, but honestly it's not necessarily good enough to actually accelerate to and from each side of the goal as much as I would like. That was just a complete mess. Missed again. At least this thing only has a 7-second reload though. They even have special effects for the explosions. It's kind of interesting. Sort of got it out of the group there. I'll let the striker dribble it. Oh, I hit the E100 instead. Whoops. I almost hit the soccer ball at the right time. It's kind of hard to lead your shots though, I find. Or at least with the striker for sure. But look at this traverse speed. Have you ever seen an E100 turn that fast? It just looks so, it looks so silly. Yeah, I think maybe they should have made the top speed of the E100 be more of the lines of 50 kilometers per hour and then make the midfielder 75 or something. But I guess I'm nitpicking a lot, aren't I? It's fine. Yay, we made a goal! I'm not exactly sure. Oh, the enemy team, the enemy goalie got credited with the goal there. That's interesting. I thought I actually was the one to shoot it in at the end there, but I guess not. Yeah, seeing an E100 this fast just looks so weird. Defender, best tank. E100 defender, best tank. Best tank in game. At least they're given special abilities to each of them. Wow, the E100s can even take a few hits. I mean, the tracks. I would have thought the tracks would have just gotten obliterated from that shot, but I guess not. At 72 degrees a second traverse speed, though. Oh. Yeah. A goalie isn't as maneuverable as he should be, I guess. I don't know. I have actually played, I think, FIFA 2015 or 2016 for the PS3 or so. Maybe it was like 2014. I don't know. But it's really funny if you go out with the commentator when you're a goalie and you go out of your box and try to actually play outside with the goalie. It's pretty hilarious. Yay! We made it! Yeah, I think when it comes to soccer games similar to this, I would say Rocket League is probably your best bet, but for a mini game for World of Tanks, this isn't really too bad. I'm glad that they didn't I'm glad that they made it so that you have different classes instead of simply playing all T62As. I'm kind of curious to see what the midfielder's special effect is, but I don't know. I would say out of all the tanks, the defender isn't necessarily the best gameplay, since you're kind of just camping in the back and, well, you aren't really fast. Well, it doesn't really feel like you're fast enough to go from side to side of the goal as much as I would prefer, especially, but we won again! Woo! I don't know if I finished any of the missions, though. Well, I got more progress, at least, I guess. It's kind of interesting how they actually have animations for Buffon to kind of do stuff while you're on the screen. Like, he'll stretch and stuff like that. I think that is kind of a neat touch. That it wasn't really necessary, but it was kind of nice that they have that. So basically doing the missions, you get the you get different badges. You even get 500,000 credits. Wow. Football Player 2018. I don't know which type of tank that's for. Plus 2%, that must be for like heavy tanks then. I don't know. But yeah, I would say definitely for a minigame, it's not too bad. I think for Buffon, it's probably worth investing the time into it, but at the same time, it does kind of seem like you need to do a lot of these missions in order to actually get him. So it depends on, I guess it kind of depends on how badly you want him. It's probably not very hard, it just takes a lot of time to do. So, but yeah, that was the E100S and the 13105S, and like I said, the midfielder is pretty much the hybrid between the two, and we have also played the 62A Sport before, so I'm not gonna showcase that. But it was definitely worth seeing an E100 with 72 degrees traverse speed, and that power to weight ratio. It just looks so funny. I kind of feel like maybe they should have chosen the mouse for it just to make it even more funny, but maybe they'll do that next year or something. So yeah, that was the FIFA 2018 soccer event for World of Tanks. And check it out for yourself if this looks interesting enough for you, and maybe get Buffon to your crew for yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.